Hello all and welcome to another pickups video. And what have we got for you today? Well, I've got some Xbox 360 games because as we know I'm going for the full Xbox 360 set there, and I've got some PlayStation 1 games as well, and they are all PlayStation 1 Platinums with the exception of one because I'm going for the full PlayStation 1 Platinum set, and the other one game is from a set that I am going for too. All the games that I bought are from online sources and they are all towards the cheaper end of the market because of the current situation of the world that we are in today. So this first bulk of games which you see on screen, there's actually 5 of them if I lift them up for you to look at, and I saw a Facebook post from a retro gaming shop. It was brought to my attention that that post was there and they were selling PlayStation 1 games for £2 each. They were advertised as case damage and inlay missing in some cases. So I thought for £2 each, I think it was worth a punt because even if only a couple of them were all right, I have certainly got my money's worth there. So I bought 5 for £2 each. The postage was £4. So yeah, 5 games here for 14 quid, and 4 of them will definitely be okay. We'll get to that in a second. So the first one I bought is the only non-PlayStation 1 Platinum in this video, and that is Chris Kamara Street Soccer. So why have I bought Chris Kamara Street Soccer? Well, the other subset that I'm kind of going for on the PlayStation 1 is football games that didn't have a sequel or a yearly iteration release afterwards, and Chris Kamara Street Soccer certainly fits the bill. Now, I have seen gameplay footage of this and it doesn't look the greatest or the most polished, as you can imagine from just what you're looking at and the fact it's a value series game as well. But as I always say, gameplay is king, so we'll give this one a little try. I've never played it before, you never know. I may get some fun out of it, even if only for a short period of time. So there's the back. Please feel free to pause if you wish to read the description. But there we go. Take on the streets in the toughest soccer tournament on the PlayStation. So it's advertising it as a decent game. So who knows? As I say, the proof is in the pudding. Got to try it myself and we'll see what it's like. So as I say, this one was only £2 and the 5 games postage was £4. So this one is a hit and will be going into the collection of football games for the PlayStation 1 which never had a second release of any form. Next up is Driver. Now sadly this one come through with no front inlay, and the manual, to be honest with you, is a little bit too damaged for my liking as well. So this one is a little bit of a miss as in adding the game to my collection. However, this one come in a good case. So for a case replacement for £2, that's not a lot of money. So I will use this as a case replacement, and I actually have another copy of Driver on my way to me as part of another deal. So there's a little bit of a spoiler for the next pickups video. So also for £2 in that bundle, Firestorm Thunderhawk 2. We've got a bit of a crack there, but to be honest with you, that isn't a deep crack. It's not a horrible crack. And this one is in lovely condition as well. So this one was a good pick amongst that bundle. This manual here is absolutely kind of fresh off the print sort of condition here, and a little bit of a code there as well. So does it have a code selection screen in which you can be a pirate? So I actually think that's kind of cool that is in there. Sort of adds a little bit of history to the game and the previous owner. But the general condition of this for me is fine. It's brilliant. That will go in the collection. It won't bother me at all. So yeah, nice to have Firestorm Thunderhawk 2 in my PlayStation 1 Platinum collection. Next up, got to get a load of FIFAs as part of this, so need a bit of sticker residue that I need to clean there. Got a crack across it, but I can use the driver case or front case to replace this one because of the crack across there in the middle. But apart from that crack on the front, as I say, you get a lot of it with PlayStation 1 games. It's good to go as far as I'm concerned as being in the collection once I have sorted that out. And this next game has the same issue, to be honest with you. Has a crack across the front there as well. As I say, only £2, so I think I have a case replacement for this one all ready to go as well. So I'll sort that out, change that one up. Nice condition manual, great condition disc. Front inlay is fine in this one. So out of the 5 games, 4 of them are going into the collections. 2 do need front case replacements, but the one that won't be going into collection will provide one, and I do have a case replacement ready to go for this as well. So I'll be adding 3 more Platinums to the collection from this bundle and another one for the football games with one-off releases on the PlayStation 1. Okay, next up is eBay stuff. In fact, all of the games now coming up are all eBay purchases, and the first one up is Fade to Black. Now, this only cost me £3.75 with free postage and packaging. And it just goes to prove that if you search on eBay, the bargains are there to be had. £3.75 is nothing. Thick, chunky manual included. Look at that. Jesus Christ, you could use that as a paperweight. That is massive. And it's just in general all-round fantastic condition. Front and back. Not a single crack at all. Absolutely fantastic condition. And another one off the PlayStation 1 Platinum list. As I say, £3.75, no postage. They can't have made much on this, if anything at all, to be honest with you. Fantastic deal, that one. Absolutely loving to add that to the collection. Next up, another one towards the cheap end of eBay's pricings. And this one I watched for a while, actually. They had it up at £4.50 with £1.75 postage. Now, I put it into my watch list, and this is something I've been doing a lot of lately. If it's at buy it now and has offers, if you put it in your watch list and leave it for a couple of days, if it doesn't get sold, a lot of the time sellers will then give you an offer. And that's exactly what happened with this. Now, I added this to my watching because as much as there is a lot of Monopoly games, or this Monopoly game on eBay, the Platinum Label one doesn't actually pop up that often. So the original price did tempt me, and had me going, shall I, shan't I? So after a couple of days, the seller then said £3.50 as an offer to me, and then I countered it with £3, and they accepted. So for £3 plus £1.75 postage, I then got this Monopoly game in the Platinum Label, on the Platinum Label, should I say, for not a lot of money. So quite pleased to actually add that, to be honest with you. And as I say, another one off the extensive list has been crossed off. Now the next one was a little bit of an impulse buy. I'm sure I could have picked this up for cheaper, but I love Destruction Derby. I actually have it disc only, and Destruction Derby 1 was the game that kind of triggered me off in wanting to buy a PlayStation 1. And I had to have it. And I had to have it boxed as well. I must admit, I made a little bit of a schoolboy error, which I've done before, and I'll probably do it again, because I had everything laid out. It was all nicely laid out. Disc was showed upside down, so you could see that it was scratch free. You could see that there was a manual in the picture. The only thing that I made a mistake with is when it came through, I saw the crack on the box and thought, oh damn, that's happened in postage, hasn't it? But on closer inspection of the picture of what I bought, it was there. So it was already there, but I paid £7.95 for this without any postage charge, so it wasn't a lot to pay for it, although I do feel like I could have got it cheaper. But yeah, it was just an impulse buy, and I was like, I want this now. So I went for it. So next game, that doesn't apply to. Next game was, again, hunting in the deeper ends of eBay. The deeper ends of the cheaper market on eBay, should I say. And I saw this for £3.60 with free postage and packaging. Again, everything was in the picture. It was all laid out, showing it had a manual, showing it had a nice condition disc as well. So for £3.60, that's not a lot of money. And I thought, you know what, we'll snap that up for that money, because I was looking for this one at the London Game Market when I was searching for cheaper end titles as well. And every time I saw it, it was like £5 or £6. So to buy it off eBay for £3.60 with free postage and packaging, again, not a lot of money, and another one ticked off the extensive list. And there are plenty of cheap ones to be had, so it was just a case of plucking another one off. Okay, next up, Formula 1 Championship Season 2000. And the reason why I kind of ended up rushing to buy this one was because I thought I had all the Formula 1 PlayStation Platinum games. I have Formula 1 with no year, Formula 1 97 and Formula 1 2001, and as I say, I thought I had them all, but my list was in alphabetical order and they were all spelled out with full words, so they were spelled Formula FO, and F1 was actually in the alphabetical order as F1 right at the beginning of F. And I'd actually missed that this was a game that was Platinum as well, and another Formula 1 game, and I thought, right, I've got to sort that out. So I went looking on eBay. And I saw this one. I think the seller had it up at £4, make me an offer, and £1.90 postage. So I just went straight in with £3, so I could get the whole lot for under a fiver, basically. £4.90 including the postage. The seller accepted. Has got a little bit of case damage there, so that one will need a front case replacement. But we had a nice condition manual in there, a nice condition disc in there, and everything was there. So I snapped it up, and I now do finally have all the Formula 1 games that were made on the PlayStation 1 Platinum label. And that is all the PlayStation games for this video, and all the PlayStation 1 Platinums that have been added. We've got quite a few of those crossed off the list. And finally, we've got 4 Xbox 360 games to go through. And yes, it's time to bring up this first one. I have Let's Cheer. Now, Why did I buy this, may you ask? Well, I am going for the full Xbox 360 set, so I did have to get it at some point. And when I'm searching on eBay, I'm always looking for the stuff that doesn't always turn up on eBay. You get the same games turn up cheap over and over again. You know, your Tom Clancy's, your Halos, your Gears, because, you know, there's just an abundance of them. So when I saw this, I thought, well, I don't have that. I don't see that every day. Let's have a look on CX and see what they sell it for. And CX sell it for £6. So with that, when I caught it, it only had 2 hours to go. It was a starting bid of 99p with £1.64 delivery. There were no bids on it. So I just put in a £1.50 bid and thought to myself, if I win it for that, I'll be winning it for around about half of what CX charge without their postage. So we're talking £7.95 with the postage if I was to order it online, and see if I win. Nobody else bid on it. So I won Let's Cheer for 99p. Nice box complete. They had it photographed like that so you could see, for 99p plus £1.64 postage, which is a £6 game. And it's one off the list, as I say, going for a full set, so I do need it. Next up was an impulse buy. Again, Dirt 3. This was because I was on a Danester's stream with Wooly Weeble and we were talking about Xbox games and achievements, and they mentioned that this one has an achievement where you can upload a video to YouTube and you get a gamer score for it. Now the server's probably dead for that, but it just got me intrigued, and I said I don't have a physical copy of it, and literally while I was on stream I started searching on eBay and I bought this, and I paid £8 delivered for this. I did check on CEX as well before I bought it as well, and CX sell this for £6 with £7.95. Oh, sorry, with £7.95 if you include the postage. But I saw this and it was all laid out again with the manual and the disc. It's obviously been in game at some point in its life because they've attacked it with one of their stickers on the manual. And as I said, it was just an impulse buy. It was an impulse buy, and I just said to them literally live on stream, I've bought that. So yeah, we got a Dirt for a total of £8. And it's just another one off the list, and it's a really good driving game, really good rally game from what I understand. Next up is another one that fits the same bill as Let's Cheer. In a lot of the cheaper games that I see on eBay are the same ones that just turn up over and over again. This one was also, delivery charge was £1.70, I think, and in CX they sell it for £1. Now this had a bid on it, which was the starting price of 99p. So I thought, yeah, this isn't one I see a lot of. Yeah, it's £1 on CX, but if you add the postage, it's going to cost me £2.95 to have delivered. So with their 170, I'll just put a bid. I'll outdo them with 150 and see what I get it for. I believe I won it for £1.20 with their £1.70 postage. So I got it for £2.90 all in. But this is the advantage of buying online on eBay. If the seller puts a decent picture up, if I bought it off CX, it would be playing the roulette, of course, and see what turns up. But this was nicely laid out, complete with manual, an extra bit of paper as well. And I thought, to have it nice and complete like that, guaranteed in great condition with a good box as well, I don't mind paying exactly what I'd pay from CX off eBay. As I say, that is the advantage of eBay. You can see what you are buying. And then finally, the very last game in this pickups video. And this is a case of paying a little bit more than you'd pay for on CEX, because CEX sell this game for £1.50. Their postage is obviously £1.95. So call it £3.50 all in for this game online through CX. Now, this was up for buy it now, but it didn't have an offer on it, and they wanted £4.50 for it. And I had a look at it, and as I say, it was all spread out, laid out, and it had a nice condition manual, and it had this extra piece of paperwork here. I mean, there's a good chance that DLC has actually been used. But as I say, it was all nicely laid out. It was all there for an extra £1 just to see everything in there in good condition. The fact it's a limited edition with that extra piece of paperwork as well. Even if it doesn't work, it's just nice to have that in there and have it complete as such. So it's a game that's been interesting me for quite a while. I've seen it around before and I just wanted it. So I thought, you know, for £4.50 all in, delivered to my house with everything in there in great condition, I will actually snag Anarchy Reigns and add that one to the collection and tick one more off the just over 1,200 list of games that I'm going for on the Xbox 360. And that is the last pickup for this video. So ladies and gentlemen, I think that just leaves me to say thank you very much for watching, and please do take care.